Alright, welcome guys, we're back with another REY movie video. This time, Deadline. Deadline asked her, you got any kids? You got kiddies? No, apparently, because she's a Jedi. A Jedi! Cool, fine, whatever. Talking about some new characters, also revealing she hasn't read the script. Cool. This movie, according to Kathleen Kennedy, has been in the works for years. Where's the script, love? What are you doing? Anyway, obviously it's not been in the works for years. Kind of has, but kind of hasn't. This is a recycled idea that they've been pushing for some time. This is just garbage. Daisy Ridley's been at South by Southwest Festival, and she's been spewing a whole bunch of interview stuff. And obviously every outlet's trying to pick her brains on Star Wars because it's what's going to pick up the most trade value for them, rather than her film. Sure, fine. But let's dive into it. Hit subscribe if you're new here, folks. Turn the bell notifications on. Let's take a look, shall we? So Daisy Ridley says there are new characters in the next Star Wars film. Yep, that would be the apprentices you have. But probably no kids for Rey. Cool. Yeah, fine. I just think ultimately, where are you going with this when Kathleen Kennedy says it's been in the works for years? I just think, what are you actually doing? Like, where are you trying to go with this? Bad times. So, says this. And this, I guess this throws some cold water on the fire of a Kylo Ren baby. A Kylo Ren baby. A Force spunky baby. Who knows? So, Han Solo, Princess Leia had a child. Ben Solo, Kylo Ren. So, what about Daisy Ridley's Rey Skywalker? It's not a Skywalker. She's a Palpatine. The next Star Wars movie from filmmaker Shamina Bay Chinoy, which was announced at Star Wars Celebration 2023, will see the further adventures of Rey post the events of 2019's Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Yes, that is my apprentice, my Palpatine impression. One reported string being that the character starts up a Jedi Academy, right? So that's the story here. She's supposed to set up a Jedi Academy. So Deadline spoke with Daisy Ridley, and Daisy said, I would say she probably doesn't have children, seeing she's a Jedi. Oh, okay. I mean, that's not stopped anyone from doing anything in Star Wars. But fine. Didn't this High Republic era nonsense start having Jedi like bonking and stuff like that as well? Didn't they? Isn't there like an Ahsoka character or character from Rebels? I think it's Rebels. Didn't he bonk someone as well? Didn't he put the P in the G? So it doesn't really matter, does it? But good. Hopefully there's no Force ghost babies. So in regards to what she's heard on the film, which won't come until after 2026's Jon Favreau directed Mandalorian and Grogu Star Wars movie, she says this, and I quote, literally what I know is what was announced last year. I'm waiting to read a script. Now, just as an FYI, this is not a massive surprise that she hasn't read a script in terms of where they are from production and stuff like that. It's not unusual that actors wouldn't read a script. It's not unusual for Star Wars scripts to not be given out until, getting closer and closer to the movie. We know this because Disney Star Wars, they were doing that before as well. But I will say this, is it's a bad sign because it goes to show that she signed on to the movie without actually knowing what's going to be in the movie. She has a broad story idea. She's not been given a script treatment. So a script treatment's like an outline of the movie, basically. A little bit in depth, but still an outline. Key plot points, some dialogue, that sort of thing. And she's not been given the script. So she signed on without knowing anything. That's really, really bad because it's Disney Star Wars. There's no where's the barometer for quality now? There isn't one. Disney Star Wars is shit. So that's a bad sign. And also, where is the script at the end of the day? Do you even have one? Is it even finished at this point? Like, come on. So she says, I know bits and bobs. I know there's an introduction of new characters. I don't know about previous characters, because apparently there was, rumored John Boyega was going to turn up. So specifically, Daisy Ridley doesn't know yet if the voice of Kylo Ren will be taunting Rey in her head, meaning it's not clear if we'll be getting Adam Driver reprising a blue ghost of his dark side guy. Well, apparently he's already said he's not coming back, so don't even know why Deadline included that. Stay up to date, Deadline. Do better. When Star Wars Force Awakens first opened in 2015, theories abounded that Rey and Kylo were sister and brother, given their intimate Jedi connection. By 2019's Rise of Skywalker, we learned that it was just an emotional affair. Basically, he wanted to put the P in the G. Good times. So Ridley was in Austin, Texas for the world premiere of her noir movie Magpie, which she stars and produces, and which was also written by her husband, Tom Bateman. The movie currently has 3 fresh reviews out of 4 on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's not exactly, yeah. But she said this before, just as a recap on some of the stuff she said before about Star Wars. She says, I think it's a really fantastic exploration of the Star Wars world. It's a really cool way of taking the story on a bit in a different direction. But love, you don't know what's happening. You don't know anything that's going on in that movie. It says, I was shitting myself before I went on stage because no one knew I was going to, I was going to be going to that. No one knew I was going to Celebration bar like Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy, and there were a couple of people I was so nervous. Oh my god, fine. It's not going to do well. Again, I repeat, it's not a surprise that she hasn't read a script from Disney Star Wars. But if I were her, given how bad those movies were, if I was an actor, given how bad those movies were, and I know that they really, really wanted to pursue it, it would be one of my prerequisites would be, no, you must let me read the script first. You have to let me read it. Otherwise, I'm not signing on. No. That is what I would say. Like, why would you not do that? Because your whole career banks on it. So, bit dumb, but still funny nonetheless. And I bet you anything, there is no script. Hands down, I bet you there's no actual script. And then at that point, you just think to yourself, well, what are you doing? This has apparently been in the works for years. Years and years and years. It's the continuation everyone wants. No, it's not. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. So let me know what you think down below. This is fun. Always fun. So let me know what you think down below in the comment section. If you're new, do hit subscribe. Please do follow me over on Twitter at Mr. Reviews. A good time over on Twitter or X. Whatever you want to call it. It's a good time. I enjoy tweeting up a storm. So anyway, thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye now.